Hey, today on Dr. Brown's Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make a nice crispy skin baked potato. And so I'm going to show you the ingredients that I'm using today. Now you can take away from these or add. The main ones that we're going to talk about is French fry seasoning salt that you definitely probably need to use, and of course olive oil. The rest of them are just as we add them. And I'll show you this process. So first of all, we got a baked potato here, and I'm going to punch some holes in it with my fork on all sides, as everybody kind of does already, and I know that. All right. Then, as I said, I have my olive oil. I have French fry seasoning, and you can get this anywhere. And then here I have some brown sugar bourbon. And I like my potato skins a little spicier, so I actually have some jalapeno garlic seasoning here. And you can get this at your local grocery store as well. So jalapeno garlic seasoning. And I've also got some brown sugar bourbon and French fry seasoning salt, which is important. So French fry seasoning salt is very important. And of course, you've got to have your olive oil. So this is how we're going to do this. We're going to open this little gallon plastic bag. We're going to put our baked potato in there. We're going to add our olive oil into the bag, and you'll probably have to add a little bit more olive oil as you make your baked potatoes, and you may have to add or more seasoning salt as you go through. I'm going to add my French fry seasoning salt in there. I'm going to add my jalapeno garlic, and I'm going to add my bourbon sugar. Now this probably do more than one potato, so I'm just going to get this bag and seal it again like this. And I'm going to mesh it around and roll it around in the bag to make sure I cover it really well with all the spices and the olive oil. It's looking nicely. You can tell your bag gets really dirty, so you know you're doing it right. So we're making this potato all nice. You did all that olive oil and all those spices on there. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, it's coated very well, nice and shiny. Got a little bit of all the flavors on it. And I'm gonna lay this on my baking pan. And then I'm gonna continue to make the rest of these, and I've already punched holes in this one with my fork, so I'm going to drop this one in and roll it around as well. And so I'll get all these on the baking sheet, and then we'll put them in the oven. And your oven is going to be at 400 degrees, and you're going to bake them for about 50 to 60 minutes until you can stick a fork in them, and they're very easy. It's very easy for your fork to go in through the baked potato. Then you'll know it's done. So I have my potatoes on my cooking sheet now, on my baking sheet. And you can see how kind of they're shiny from the olive oil, and they've got all those spices on them. Now, I used about a tablespoon of the spices of each one and about a tablespoon of olive oil, but I did have to add a little bit more olive oil, but I didn't have to add any more spices. But I only have kind of 5 small potatoes. Now, if you have bigger potatoes or more, you may have to add more of your spices to your bag, or whatever you need. And also you can use whatever spices you like on your potato, but I would say the essentials again are going to be your olive oil and your French fry seasoning. You're going to have that salty taste for the baked potatoes to taste well. So anyway, I'm going to put these in the oven now and bake them for 50 to 20 minutes. I mean 50 to 60 minutes, sorry. And we'll go from there. So while we're waiting on our potatoes to cook, there's a couple things I want to tell you. The bread that I make, if you'll go back to that basic bread, there's some things you can do with it to make it a little different. So in the water, where you add the water like 4 to 5 ounces or 3 to 5 ounces, I can't remember exactly now, but you can also puree some different fruits and use that as your water substitute. So like I have pureed strawberries instead of putting water in, and I would put the strawberry puree. And this would make the bread have a very strawberry kind of hint of strawberry taste to it. You can also do it with blueberries. I hadn't tried tequila, but that might be good. I'm just kidding. But anyway, you can try anything you want like that as far as fruits. As long as they're pureed pretty well and make a liquid, you can substitute that for your water, and that makes your bread with a different flavor. I also, if it's going to be kind of sweet, I would add an extra tablespoon of sugar. It seems to work fine, and you don't have to change anything else about the recipe. But that's just a little hint. Now on Mama's biscuits, the basic biscuits, you know, I put the everything bagel seasoning in them. But you can also do some things like the other day I decided to make them with, I had bacon crumbles and I also had some sausage crumbles and I had some cheddar cheese, and I decided to mix all of that in my batter together. It's about a tablespoon of each, whatever makes it work for you or looks right. But I just kind of put some in there and it went into my dough and mixed it with my dough. So when my biscuits baked, all that baked together. And so when I took a bite, I would get a little bite of bacon, a little bite of sausage, and a little bite of cheese as I ate my biscuit. It's very, very good, I must say. So there's so many things you can do with some of these basic recipes. So a couple little things I want to share with you as we wait for the potatoes to bake. As you can see, our potatoes are done now, and look how shiny they are. Gonna be delicious when we cut into those. Took them about 50 minutes to bake. So let's check this potato out. Looks very good. You hear the little crunch as you cut it from the outside. I don't know if you can hear a little bit of crunch. Look how good that's gonna be. Put a little butter over what topping you like. It's going to be delicious. So I also made today this beautiful strawberry bread. Look at that, and it's so pretty. You can see some of the strawberry color in there. I think it's gonna be delicious, a beautiful bread. Let's cut a little bit of it and see what it looks like on the inside. Look at that. See how pink? It's beautiful. It's gonna be good with some cream cheese or something that I'm gonna eat a little bit later. I just wanna say also thank you, and thank you to everyone. I have like over 100 subscribers now, and basically I was just kind of doing this to document things that my mom used to cook so that my kids and maybe my grandkids one day could look back at this and know some of the things we used to eat, and also some of the things that I make. But I'm very humbled by this. It wasn't meant to really go that big, but 100 is a lot to me, and I appreciate and thank you so much, and thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Have a blessed day.